morning, y'all. It's Timothy. I'm vibing. Oh shit. I got holes in my shirt. I swear to God, it's just an old shirt. Well, why am I embarrassed? Yeah, there's a hole in it. I feel no shame. Why? Because I've already discussed. You shouldn't really feel shame about things that you're not ashamed about. I was about to. Ironically, this whole video I was going to talk about ego death, or at least that's how I believe it's called. And that it's just, I feel bad that there are people in this lifetime that just are made to feel shame over their life decisions and like forced to like hide large aspects of themselves because of how others perceive them. But eventually, all you gotta do is eventually, I guess, I don't know. I don't know if it's the phrase kill the cop in your head, kill the abusive parent in your head. And I'm not talking about like daydreaming or homicidal thoughts. I'm talking like the voice in your head that tells you you're doing something wrong and you need to be ashamed. I think you should kill that voice in your head and drown it out with as many positive thoughts as you can. Like every time you hear like some negative self-talk, just think to yourself, that voice that just told me, "Oh, you look fucking stupid, do your hair," is just the voice of my mom telling me, "Oh, well, just trying to shame me for like looking like black or having like hair." Or that, it happens to me too. Whenever I make a video, I'm like, do I look kempt enough for camera? And then I go, well, since when am I trying to look kempt? Do I go, am I being too couth? And I think, when am I trying to be couth? Like, I'm not trying to do anything except for be as naturally me as possible. And I think that's something more people need to do. Not everyone has that luxury for a lot of reasons. The world's a fucked up place. There's racism, homophobia, sexism, etc., etc., and more. And I remember that for a long time when I was younger, I basically tried to fit myself into a box. Well, okay, there's multiple layers for different age groups. When I was like a kid, it was like, okay, I'll just wear whatever and not ever try to think too hard about the way I look and just think that I deserve good treatment no matter what. No matter if the other kids call me ugly, or if they call me cute, or if they call me pretty, I don't care either way. Because it doesn't matter if I look pretty or cute or ugly. I still deserve to be treated nice like a person. And then, of course, when puberty started kicking in, and then the oogly boogly stage kicked in, that's when people got very harsh and abrasive. So, and that can leave long-standing damaging effects whenever someone from like middle school or something can fucking bully you, and then you'll be thinking, oh goddamn, why do I have that chip in my tooth? Turns out my teeth just glow that way. Why do I have hair like that? And it's like, yeah, no shit, I'm black. It's not gonna come out bone straight. It's gonna be like, why are your eyebrows that shape? And it's like, because my hair decided to come out and glow that way. It could be, why are you ashy? And it could be because I'm dehydrated or don't put on lotion every single day. Because I don't need to live or survive. It's not a necessity, it's just for aesthetic. And just little things like that. People talk shit about me about my speech impediment and my accent all the fucking time, and at the end of the day, it's like, I can't impress everyone on this planet. There's this like joke I always liked seeing online, where it's like the story of like a man, his son, and the horse. Let me see if I can recall it correctly, and I apologize if I get it wrong. A man and his son were walking around with their, actually it was a donkey, with their fucking donkey. They were trying to get from destination A to destination B. But as they walked everywhere, onlookers would have something bad to say. At first, the man rode on top and then let his son walk beside him. People mocked him and called him an asshole and an abusive father because how dare he let his 12-year-old son walk around while he is the one to be held on such a high pedestal and gets to have the luxury of laying on a horse. When he decided, okay, the next city over, I'm going to swap it. He swaps with his son. He lets his son ride the donkey as he leads the way and walks next to the horse. People mocked him for being such a stupid father, letting his kid control his life like that. Eventually, the next thing they both did was go, okay, how about we both just get on the horse? That way we can stop the evil eyes and whispers of other people. And what happened is people around them started shouting, oh my god, that's fucking animal cruelty! Animal cruelty! And they just couldn't catch a break. So what they finally did, what people saw them doing as they rode to the last destination, was them both carrying the horse into the very next city. As you can expect, that just made them the most laughing stacks of all. So, frankly put, I like that story because it just kind of showed me there's nothing you can really do to impress everyone in your life. Some people you just can't impress for whatever fucking reasons. They've got different, I don't know, everyone has qualia. Qualia, I learned about this word from the game Who's Lila. It's a very good game. Look it up on Steam. But qualia basically is kind of like another fancy word for perspective, but it just describes how, like, every single human being on this planet has very, very distinctive differences in their personalities. And, a million roads have crossed, like, for each and every person, which could explain why they are the way they are and why some people will just never, ever be able to see the perspective of another human being ever. Because, ironically, their own perspective paved a certain path that will never cross with yours, or at least never in a pleasant manner. Like, it could start with small shit, like, for me and my recent ex, like, I could eat radishes happily because I had good experiences with radishes, and he never ate radishes again for like another 20 years of his life when he was 5, because the very first time he had one, it was rotten. So then he frankly went, oh, I fucking hate radishes. But I love radishes because when I would go to a Mexican restaurant, they gave it to me with a smile and handed it to me with the chips. And Mexican restaurants were my favorite place to go whenever I was pissed off. You can't be sad at a Mexican restaurant. And I'd eat it like with my fucking steak burrito, and I'd be like, this shit is bussin'. It's like a flavorless water chip. I love it. And I like wood chip, but with water. I don't, and I fucking loved it. And so it just, that's a simple experience, like example of qualia. Like, that's just a divergent thing we had. He was in New Mexico, tried a bad radish, hated it. Meanwhile, I was in Oakland eating it with some good ass Mexican food and just decided I officially love fucking radishes. Or other moments, like it could be big things or small things. Like, I know how it was like to be sexually assaulted, and then that it didn't entirely change my opinion on sexual assault, but it did teach me things about sexual assault, PTSD, and more that otherwise I sadly would have not known unless I experienced that. And it's definitely not a blessing to have experienced that, definitely not. But I can at least like go, okay, now I know at least how to like help out other people and like vouch for other people who are going through things and getting shunned for, experiencing breakdowns or whatever, or just like having trigger warnings and things like that, because now I know how it feels. But, there's probably some alternate universe out there where I could have never ever learned about how sexual assault was, and I could have just been on 4chan instead reading about false accusations, and I could have just went down that wormhole. And I've met several people also who have said, oh yes, I very much was this close to being a white supremacist incel, but then thankfully I got out of it. And that's another example of qualia. Some people get out of things that others can't, or aren't down to realize this is bad for me, and they can get sucked in. I don't know. I find it beautiful that it's like, but also bad. So, I just know that there's a reason why not everyone in my city I will like, or not everyone in the world I'm gonna like, so why bother to impress them all? And so, I could leave the house looking however fucking way, and if someone mocks me, I just think, well, you have a lot going on with yourself, and probably were not fucking raised right if you think that pointing at someone in the street and laughing because they're wearing a winter coat in winter, or because they're black and have black looking hair. Yeah, so it'll be little shit like that. That'll just make me like, yeah, you aren't exactly my targeted demographic to impress, but I'm only trying to impress anyone, frankly. Yeah, really. I don't know. I think I experienced ego death when I was like 12, because at the time I lost, like, or I didn't exactly lose, but yeah, I lost all my online friends. I didn't have any friends in real life at school, and also I was being constantly harassed by my family on a fucking daily basis for 3 months straight. I was starving because basically I could barely leave my bedroom for long enough to even get food without being fucking mocked and harassed. I was like, all I was doing was drinking water nonstop because my body just decided I'm no longer eating. What's the point? And I learned how it felt to be like actively longing for death. I shouldn't be like, wait, no, I was 30. Yeah, I shouldn't be 13 and feeling that way. But I was. It wasn't a great experience, not in the fucking slightest. But did I survive? Did I persevere? Yeah, I did. Oh, it was not easy at all. It was not. But I think that helped is once, I don't know, I guess the help isn't the word. I guess I just realized no one else is here to help you. No one else on this planet cares about you. No one else is going to do shit for you at all. the only thing that you can ever fucking do is do it for yourself. And it's like, oh, okay, I can't just like daydream my way out of this. I can't just like calm myself down fully. Like, I was really fucking traumatized. Yeah, that was ironically the exact night that I told my family, I confided in my sister about being suicidal for my mom's abusive actions, and then promptly got threatened with beatings and abuse, and screamed at them all fucking night for saying that, and threatened to be sent to an asylum. I hope those bitches kill themselves. Whenever people tell me, why do you talk about your fucking family that way? Because I really hope they die. I shouldn't have been 12 wanting to die. I shouldn't have been 10 years old, knowing how it feels to have your mother call you fucking ugly. I shouldn't know how any of that feels. But it's okay, because it taught me a large, interesting thing about narcissistic parents. They can swear that they love you, but reality, they just don't care. And I guess I experienced ego death because back then it's like your friends and who truly do not care about you. Your family does not care about you. Not as much as they say. Everyone's putting on a facade of care to seem like a good person. Or they aren't putting on a facade at all, but they'll have the nerve that when you die, they'll probably come to your funeral. And they will say, "Ooh, man, I can't believe we didn't see this coming. She was always so sweet and so nice. We did all we could. We tried our best." And they'll put on their own performance. Why? Because they're fucking cunts. And I thought to myself, sure, you aren't the most perfect person in the world. These people read you to filth. But you're still worthy of love. And if no one else would give you love, it will be me. And I just told myself that. And I forced myself to hold my stuffed animal and go to sleep. And I woke up not feeling the most amazing, but still feeling good. Because I knew if I have no one on this planet, no one at all, if I am alone, suffering, starving, homeless, scared, people will come and go and always leave. But I'll still have me. And I think that's what I really care about. Like, you're the only person you get. You have to care about yourself. And I think it's beautiful. Maybe I just don't have the qualia or perspective where it's like I feel as, I guess self-hate just was something I never really ingrained into myself. I was blessed enough to not have heavy amounts of that. But yeah. Eventually, I guess that's why people appreciate me for being honest as a person. And why I value communication so much. I value communication so much because I know how it is to be around people who refuse to communicate or change for the better. And those types of people, like, that's why I fucking hate whenever I meet someone who can't tell me how they feel off the bat, because they grew up around people or in an environment that whenever they express emotion, they were shut down or beaten the shit out of. And now they grow up with a fucking stutter and can't look me in the eye and tell me how they honestly feel because someone else fucked them up. That's why I'm there for my friends as much as I can. I know how that feels. And I don't know. It feels complex is what I'll say. Knowing that I can help people with my gifts. But the gifts came from awful, awful things, and I wouldn't call those gifts. I don't know. This video is getting long. Anyway. But I already made a video like this before, but I was just gonna say, that's why I just kind of lessen the amount of shame I have. I like to get shameless, because why bother, really? Who are you here to impress? You could try your best to impress people and be as kind as you want to them, and they could still at the end of the day hate you and never want to see you again and find you worthless. And that's okay. Because at least you can tell yourself, I tried my best. I put my best foot forward, and unlike them, I know how to communicate. I know how to be compassionate. I know how to be empathetic. I know how to be calm, rational, stable-minded. And I have a bunch of blessings and gifts that they sadly don't have. They don't have the capacity to receive those gifts. They don't have the capacity to do any of those things. They never will look inwards in their life, and that, simply put, The karma that they will get will simply just being doomed to repeat a life of constant mistakes and failures and bullshit that could have been avoided, all because they could never look inside themselves and see, maybe I am the problem. Come on now. And I'm saying this as someone who used to be one of those, like, typical angry little 10-year-olds. Used to leave mean words on every fucking, like, post or video I saw that I didn't like. And thought myself as better than others. Only a little bit, though. Only a little bit. Never too much. But, of course, I grew up in a pretty shitty environment. And, of course, I'd say that was, like, elementary school age when I literally... Yeah, I was better than everyone else at that age. And, sorry, I just thought on that for, like, longer than 5 seconds. And I was like, yeah, if you're in a school where it's, like, really, really shitty motherfuckers and you're just the one who's like, I am going to actively not bully anyone and I'm going to just read books and not insult the teacher. And, like, not be a cunt. It was very easy to, like, it's like, yeah. So, yeah, sometimes you are. Doesn't mean you're gonna be the best person in the world, but it's like you are the least stinky turd in the turd pile. And, anyway, I was just gonna say, it's good to have I don't know, it never hurts to look, it'll hurt, okay, never mind. It'll hurt like shit when you first look inside yourself. It will. You're gonna feel like you are, I don't know, it'll feel like the equivalent of stabbing yourself in the fucking chest. When you first have to go, okay, shit, am I causing my own problems with, like, anything I'm doing? Have I done bad things to people? And you're gonna have to twist that knife and be like, yes, I have. I have been a bitch. I have been a cunt. I have been a dick. I did worse in that situation. And then you'll just have to twist it before you pull it out. You bandage it. You say, I love you. Still. You're still worthy of love despite all the awful things you do. And then you keep going. And then, ideally, you don't just go, this is what I hate when people do. When they decide to stagnate their growth by going, this is just me. It's always gonna be a part of me. No. You can go, I don't have to, change is not linear, but I still want to try it as much as I can to be a better person. And I think that's fucking lovely. I think more people should do that. Because it's like, no, you don't have to become some sort of blessed person overnight. But still, like I just told y'all in one of my most recent videos about that fuck buddy I had with the whole toxic dynamic. Like me and him, like a year ago, he was just some fuck nigga who could not do, like, yeah, he was a hot mess beyond belief. A year later, is he still a hot mess? Of fucking course he is. He is a dumpster fire. He is a numbskull. Was he, But does he now get therapy so he can better learn to cope with his shit a year later? Yes, he does. Does he always listen to his therapist? Fuck no. Why else would he be trying to see me still after all the shit I've done to him? And he's still not the best, like, he's not, like, 100% an amazing communicator. But he is, like, he went from being, 5% a good communicator to 95% within a year. And all he did was dedicate his time to go, okay, I better start being honest and just not being afraid of, like, not impressing the people around me. I gotta stop lashing out at people. And he realized, oh shit, yeah, I have really bad sex addiction and I have a bunch of, like, and, he didn't realize how bad his bipolar disorder was affecting him and the people around him. But, so, of course, like I said, change isn't always perfect, but it does help to look inside yourself and see what you can change. Plus, I already mentioned to y'all about the types of people I hate, where it's like, okay, there's multiple types. The types that internalize everything, even the smallest little bits of shit, that pisses me off. There's, like, even if it's nothing big, like I said, it could be, for example, an example with my mother. As fucking always, I have to bring up my mother. She's how else would I know so much about narcissists if not for being born from one? I have crystals, by the way. I got them for like $2. Or, yeah. Anyway, I'm back on topic. When I was fucking younger, in high school, I remember I was doing heavy on the skincare to learn how to make my skin look as radiant as possible. And using, like, natural ingredients like oats, cinnamon, coconut oil, all that shit. And then I was looking for it in the fridge, and I asked my mom if she knew where it was, and she was like, oh, that's what that was? I'm sorry, I thought that was some, KFC, I threw it out. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. And I was just about to turn around and leave, but I guess her ego got to her where she was like, oh, shit, I hurt the daughter who I care about. No, the fuck she didn't care about me, but she thought she did, so she's like, oh, shit, I hurt the daughter that I care about. That's her thought. The cog was turning, And the emotions were already, the machine of bullshit was just starting up because that cog got turning where she was like, oh shit, hurt my daughter. I better make it up to her. And then it got to the point of, wait, why should I do anything to my daughter? Fuck her. She doesn't deserve any, like, basically my mom gets very prideful and emotional. And whenever she gets emotional, she internalizes it. And then it comes out as rage because she's very prideful. And she thinks anything that ever can cause her to be sad or angry is a personal attack. So even if you, so in a nutshell, she was out here thinking, fuck Tamia, she's making me feel bad for fucking her over, but I can do whatever I want to her. Why the fuck is she mad at me? Fuck her. But I feel bad. And that was her, like, internal mindset. My internal mindset was really just, oh, okay, thank you for letting me know. And I was just gonna go to the kitchen and make some more. Because I didn't give a fuck. But then next thing you know, she just kept, like, I don't even want to, that was an exhausting memory, but I don't want to talk about it more. Let's just say she did her usual lashing out and stupid ass bullshit. Of fucking course she did. And I hate it. I think it's good for everyone to just, like, you know, once my mom actually did almost get better, like, it was so funny because one time we actually got to our rare conversations where things were going okay. And she was like, you know what I've realized? I've realized I can get very angry at situations, like, very quickly. And I'll look at it and I'll be like, that didn't need to happen. And of course, I didn't want to say, no fucking duh! But I did want to say that so bad. But since I know that it's kind of like giving a cat milk, you have to be nice to it. You can't rush up to it and kick it if you want it to, like, be friendly to you, or else it'll attack you. You have to be gentle and go slow. So with her, I said, oh, really? Oh, well, it's good that you're looking internally and stuff. Yeah, so how do you think you might go about things? And she said she would get into therapy. But sadly, she didn't. And obviously, you can tell how that went because now I live separate. Like a year or so later. I don't know. I just find people who never bother to change or, like, internally reflect to be pathetic. They'll just keep going through it. I've, like, me and all the other friends of narcissists I've had just fucking agree. What happens is, congratulations, you will repeat the same doom cycles over and over and over again. You're gonna keep repeating non-stop bullshit and suffering that you could have otherwise avoided. Like, instead of being happy, and instead of, like, you know, normal people would go, huh, like, you know, for example, normal people would go, huh, it turns out that I really want a relationship and affection, so I should stop, like, looking for fuck buddies who I can drain the energy of, and who I don't even really like, but will just use for said affection over and over and harm them. I should just try being honest, or going on a date with someone new, or even one of those bitches, and then just, like, be respectful and care about her. And then look what happens to those motherfuckers. They get married, they get hitched, or at worst, they grow to be a better fucking person. And at least can recognize that they want to keep trying their best, and that's good enough. But then the niggas who don't are just gonna be like, oh, damn, I can't believe I got another STD from this glory hole. Damn, and also I can't understand why all these women hate me and keep cursing me out all the time. Wow. And then they just, like, keep basically going up to snakes and then putting their hands in the snake's mouths and then slamming their other hand down on it and then getting bit and then being like, wow, why do I keep getting bit? So that's how it's like. I don't know. Just kill ego as much as you can. Like, you know, just like, that's, I think it's good. Sometimes my own ego still gets to me. I'm not fucking perfect. Oh, but I still make the effort, because eventually it's like, yeah, I look nice today, and if anyone makes me feel like shit about it, that's their fucking problem. That's their own insecurities, and it does not have to be mine. Or, yeah, I look fucking bad today. Or at least, like, not societally good, but I still deserve respect, and I still deserve good treatment, and if anyone treats me bad, then frankly I can post a review about it online, or just realize that person's their own piece of shit, and it has nothing to do with me. So, you know, people just project, like I said, for qualia and perspective, people just really have a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit going on. They can see people as lesser or above them and just internalize a whole bunch of things that they got from childhood or their upbringing. And then they just, like, internalize whatever bullshit they went through and then they just spit it out at you. And that's why we have shit like pick-me's and racists and all that on the planet. Because there are people who just never look inward, just decide, I'm gonna just continue growing up with all these toxic beliefs and never ever look to see the reason why, and then get shocked that their life quality is going to shit. Mm. It's so, and it's funny because they're always oblivious. Because like I said, they never notice the cycle themselves. They'll be like, "Wow, huh? I divorced my fourth wife. Oof, she was such a bitch, just like all the others." And eventually, you have to realize, okay, this dude has 250 bad exes and 4 divorces. Eventually, when is he gonna realize that, at absolute best, he's a fucking narcissist or abuser or something awful, and at absolute worst, he has very, very bad taste in women, or needs to figure out how to heal himself from his past so that he does not keep accidentally dating the same type of demons rebranded in different clothing. Like, or it could be, yeah, or alcoholics. It's like, some people go, I just like alcohol to party. Fuck you if you don't drink. But in reality, what they're really thinking is, oh, yes, I can't physically have fun without alcohol. If you are not drinking, then you are just fucking with me. How dare you have fun without alcohol? You're such a bitch. Oh, and then they just keep chugging wine or chugging vodka and this and that because they know deep down that they can't experience joy like anyone else, like simple shit. So then they have to chug alcohol to feel good or not think about their past or just drown out their feelings and emotions. And because, without the alcohol, some people just realize, oh shit, I don't even like these people that much. We just like to drink alcohol and get wasted together because it makes us like sloppy and like have fun casually. But we inherently don't have much that we like. So, but, that's not me shitting on alcoholics, by the way. I've had stints with alcohol too. And also, everyone has their different reasons. Not saying that's for every alcoholic. But, some people can just, like, put on a lot of facades and masks and treat others like shit. But yeah, just as long as you try your best to not give a shit about others, but also, like, still hold, like, basic level compassion, empathy, and still try to learn about the people around you to, make the time on earth easier than if you just had one strict mindset with, like, zero flexibility or, like, openness. I don't know. Just try your best, really. Fuck it, just go outside, wear that outfit you like. People are gonna like snicker at you for like, even if you did try to dress like casual or normal, people mock you for trying to look basic or trying to fit in and failing. So you might as well go out the house looking a hot mess if you want it. Wear what you want. Wear a big jacket. People will mock you. I got mocked for wearing a large jacket, and it's like, bitch, it's autumn. It's autumn, and two, it wasn't even that big of a jacket. But anyway, people are so some people are just really fucking stupid. They could see you wearing a hat and decide they're gonna roast you for it, and it's like, I don't know. People are really fucking weird. I'm autistic and I don't like people. I'm a misanthropist. But yeah, also I've seen bitches with bad wigs mock me for my bad wig, but it's like the difference between you and me is I walked out the house thinking, this wig probably doesn't look the most real, but it is still cute, and I wear it. And probably everyone around me knows it's a wig, but they go, oh, that's a cute little look you got, though. You walk out the house with a bad wig and you decide, I'm gonna mock other bitches for their bad wigs because it makes me feel good. And then it's like, okay, that's you. I'm leaving the house with pure spirit and soul, with childlike wonder in my system, and you just have nothing but hate and disgust in yours. That's fucking aggy. Anyway, just try your best to be happy and to be nice to people. I don't know. Get some rocks. Maybe rocks will make you feel better. I don't know. Sometimes they do. I don't know what these do. I'll have to Google them later. But it's nice. Just anyway, unrelated. Work on yourself. Learn about chakras and get some therapy. And if you can't get therapy, just Google 90% of your problems. Just Google, why do I get angry? Like, go on Reddit, describe like any situation where you've just felt like you fucked up, and just try to kill that fucking ego. Peace out.